What is your American dream?
My American dream is to spread love all over the world. My American dream is to live in a safe world.
My American dream is to come here to work because I love this country.
My American dream is to play one day in the NBA.
Out here in America, dreaming every day with my friends over there, and we're just trying to say, hey.
My American dream is good life.
My American dream is the life I'm living right now.
Everyone has a right to the American dream. Welcome, everybody. It is I'm on. It is Wednesday, February 10th. My name is Brad Bernstein, and somewhere out there is Jonathan Yo-Yo Elias and Vanessa Nesquick Contreras. How are you?
Great. How are you doing?
I'm just giving it right back to you, right there. You got the fist.
Oh,
cool.
You got look, right? Is that what I'm looking at on your shirt?
Cool T-shirt.
Is that your shirt? Right?
Oh.
Yeah.
Is that what I'm looking at? No?
Your shirt,
Your shirt, Yo-Yo?
I'm delayed. I'm delayed a little.
Why are you delayed? All right, I don't know. He's just delayed. Yeah.
Call me back, guys.
Give Yo-Yo a call back. Vanessa, what's going on?
Yeah, he's super delayed.
Yeah.
I am feeling good. Rumor had it that it's Valentine's Day edition, so I had to figure out a way to match with you, Brad.
That is right.
Here we are.
I was told today is Valentine's Day edition. Everything is good there. And so I didn't have a red jacket because I did not have proper notification. So I have the red handkerchief. You're wearing the hot pink. You're wearing the hot pink. Yo-Yo sounds better, but we don't see him. Let's see. Now I got you. Yo-Yo wearing the red shirt. Nesquick in the pink. It is our Valentine's Day special.
Yes. And the reason why I have this fist, it's Valentine's and Black History put together. I mean, you guys can, whoa, cut off my head.
It's okay.
But
it's okay.
Yes, this is my way of celebrating Black History Month with Valentine's at the same time.
It's Hump Day. It's Hump Day. So as long as we see your lips, I think that's all that matters. So if they cut your head off from the air, Dr. Love, right? And let's say hello to the squad. And we're gonna have I guess we're not gonna be as humpy today. I think Yo-Yo and Vanessa. So if that's going to be disappointing to you, I'm sorry. We have more Hump Day. It's more about love today than
and I'm totally fine with
than
that.
being humpy.
Dr. Love.
Yeah.
Right. So it's going to be more love today than humpy.
That's fine.
Is that okay?
This is what I'm here for.
All right, Demba South, squad up. How are you? Jessica Leamy, squad up, my loves. Love Lassier, squad up. Joan Grant, squad up. Chelsea Ann Francis, up family. Elizabeth Francis, how are you? Tanya Love, joining us on our Valentine's Day Love Special.
Yes.
Sasha Ford, how are you? Ma Dukes, Willie L. Williams, squad up. Nina God Pickney, Abidun Jamo, squad up, everybody. Lisa Bling, how are you? Adrian, Mick Ferguson, Samantha Hamilton, Marcia McCullough. Who else we got here? I got a shout out to Carol Anderson, the Tiger. We can never miss her. Art Gomez, we see you watching. Tomasi Baba, Chelsea Ann Francis, Crystal Pear, with a question. We will get to you a little bit, Crystal. Sasha Kens, how are you? And who else we got here? Tigo Goodis, squad up. Dolores Harewood. Charmaine Miller, Marcia McCullough, Yo-Yo Elias, Chisholm. Squad up. Boy, that was a tongue twister. Chisholm, I guess. And Belinda, did I get that right? And Belinda Edgehill. Trisha. Sharon McLean. Everyone's giving me a tongue twister today. Abdul Latif on YouTube. How are you? Theodore Myers, squad up. Kenroy British, what's going on? Rika Thomas, Letitia Fairley, and Theodore Myers. Yo-Yo and Vanessa, take it away.
Absolutely. All right, squad, you already know what time it is. It's time for everybody on all platforms to share. Remember, we need you guys to share. This is the only way we can get the show out there, all right? Now, we're about to start schmoozing with Brad real soon. He's going to fill us in on the latest news, including a report that some deportations are still going on despite the Biden administration's 100-day moratorium on most expulsions.
And it's our Hump Day, Valentine's Day edition. So get ready for some sweet stories to warm your heart, squad.
And of course, you can always call the telephone number scrolling on the bottom. That gets you on our show. You see that number right there? 1-800-529-5465. That is the number to call to get on our show. We take 14 calls every day. If you're one of the first 14 callers, you will get on our show and get your immigration question answered by me later in the show. Also, that is the same telephone number to call to schedule a consultation with us here at Spar and Bernstein. And as we said, it is our Valentine's Day special. Even though Valentine's Day is not till Sunday, we decided we were going to be a little early today. And Valentine's Day is coming up this weekend. We're going to hear a beautiful immigration love story that comes with a song. And later, after that, we're going to take a look at some of our past Valentine's Days where we've been able to celebrate together pre-COVID. But right now, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, you know what time it is?
It's time to schmooze with Brad.
I like that, right? I like that. All right. So the Immigration Customs Enforcement, they deported at least 72 people to Haiti on Monday, including a 2-month-old baby and 21 other children. The removal sent vulnerable infants back to Haiti as it is experiencing major political arrests. Now, this comes on the heels of Joe Biden saying he's not going to deport anybody. There's going to be a 100-day moratorium on deportations and removals. But there is a difference, I guess if they're being technical, there is a difference between removal and inadmissibility. So when you come into a border crossing or when you come into an airport and you're turned back, you are found inadmissible. So perhaps they're getting very technical on what they plan on doing for these first 100 days. They found 72 people from Haiti who were coming presumably to apply for asylum. They found them inadmissible and returned them. Now, the expulsions were carried out not because they were being denied asylum. They were carried out under a 77-year-old public health statute called Title 42. And it was first invoked by the Trump administration, and it was put into effect at the start of coronavirus outbreak to prevent people from coming in who potentially could infect Americans with COVID. We thought Joe Biden was going to stop that. He hasn't. A spokesperson for the Department of Homeland Security said the policy would continue for new arrivals at the border indefinitely until the Biden administration reviews the entire policy and has facilities for housing migrants that want to come and apply for asylum. So even though we have a lot of talk by Joe Biden about changing immigration laws and moratoriums that got overturned by a federal judge, and we promise not to deport anybody, at least in one circumstance, which is right here, the Trump administration policies are being continued to be followed by Joe Biden. They are carrying out inadmissibility orders, finding people inadmissible and returning them to their country due to the COVID outbreak. Now, a spokesperson a spokesperson for Joe Biden said, as this administration has stated from the very outset, our capacity at the border will not transform overnight, due in large part to the damage done over the last 4 years to our asylum system and infrastructure. We are committed to restoring our asylum system and building an improved system. Now, the moratorium that the administration made on deportations, those are people found physically in the United States, which is different than inadmissibility, which is being turned away at the border. It still has exceptions for suspected terrorists, dangerous criminals, and as part of their policy, arrivals at the border after November 1st of last year. So even if you came into America and you arrived after November 1st, you would still possibly be deportable under the Biden administration. I think, Vanessa?
This is a lot.
I think it's a lot because, publicly it's saying one thing, but in reality, it's doing something different. Don't, if you can't change the policy, then fine. Okay, which I don't believe, by the way, because there's plenty of ways to do things. As I've said on the show, plenty of times, if people have a reasonable fear of returning to their country, and they have made a credible claim for political asylum, and you want to make sure they show up to a hearing, put an ankle bracelet on them. Government has lots of them.
Right.
So don't say we're going to stop deportation for 100 days, and then all of a sudden this happens, because that's not really being honest. If you want to be technical, well, we're finding somebody inadmissible, we're not deporting them. But to the general public, that's being dishonest. I voted for Joe Biden, but I got to call it as I see it.
No, absolutely. I agree with that. I agree.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, the other big news of the day is there's another impeachment of President Trump, who is no longer our president. Now, the Senate rejected an attempt yesterday to derail Donald Trump's impeachment trial by getting it declared unconstitutional. Senators voted 56-44 that the trial is in fact constitutional. The argument was impeachment, we talked about this yesterday, impeachment is to remove somebody from office, but if the guy's already out of office, how could you remove him? It's moot.
Right.
Therefore unconstitutional. Moot meaning irrelevant now because he's no longer in office. The argument for impeachment is that somebody needs to be held accountable for your actions. And if you say you can't impeach somebody after they have left office, then what you're saying is, for the last month or two that somebody is in office, they're untouchable. What was actually quite comical about the whole entire thing, I had not watched the impeachment proceedings yesterday because I was busy being a lawyer, but I did watch highlights after our show that evening, and quite funny. Was Trump's lawyer arguing, this is the wrong venue. If you feel he committed a crime, go arrest him. I never heard a defense say, my client is guilty, go arrest him. Go get him. That was quite an argument.
What?
Yes,
Wow.
That was one of his arguments. Now, 6 GOP senators joined with Democrats to say they believe the trial is in fact constitutional. Only Louisiana Republican Senator Bill Cassidy, who had previously supported an effort by Senator Rand Paul that would have declared the trial unconstitutional, he flipped. So at least in that end of one day, one Republican flipped in favor of, going after Trump. So presumably, if you voted to say that this proceeding is constitutional, presumably you will also vote to convict him. Now, they need, in addition to these 6 GOP senators, they need another 10 to flip in order to actually convict him. You need 10 more Republicans to turn this into a conviction for Donald Trump and prevent him from ever taking office again. It started, other than perhaps Mitt Romney, when this whole thing started, we didn't think any Republicans were going to flip and try to convict Trump. We're now up to 6. They've been playing very, 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 tough videos to watch all day. I wonder if these videos that you see where the mob is coming into the Capitol and you hear them saying, let's go hang Pence. Let's go get AOC. Let's go get Nancy Pelosi. As if they were going to, and there was a man outside who built a guillotine waiting for Pence. They were going, people were going to kill, perhaps, at least using those words, our elected officials. Many of them, I don't know all of them, many of them were white supremacists carrying Confederate flags. Never in the history of the United States of America has a Confederate flag been inside the Capitol building, even during the Civil War. A Confederate flag was never inside our Capitol building. Now today, the 100 senators continue to hear the arguments from both sides. Donald Trump was urging people. He was urging people in this crowd to go take back the election. His people who work for Donald Trump within the administration, they were monitoring chats on the internet for weeks, encouraging people to come hear Donald Trump on January 6th. Now, House Democrats formally began presenting their case today after winning the right to proceed, even though Donald Trump, as we said, has left office. They saw a lot of chilling video footage documenting last month's deadly assault on the Capitol. Some of the footage showed rioters asserting that they were responding to Trump's orders right before they marched off to the Capitol. Trump told them when he was on that podium at that rally, he said, go to the Capitol and fight like hell. Now, Representative Jamie Raskin, a Democrat from Maryland and the lead impeachment manager, he opened the prosecution's arguments by saying the evidence is going to show that Donald Trump clearly incited the January 6th insurrection. It will show that Donald Trump surrendered his role as commander-in-chief and became the inciter-in-chief of a dangerous insurrection. Insurrection, by the way, for those who don't know the meaning, it's to overturn a government. He told them to fight like hell, and they brought us hell that day. Raskin also raised the role of racism in the riot, just like I did, and quoted one of the black officers who battled the mob and was subjected to racist taunts from attackers that was, according to witness accounts and video, overwhelmingly white. Now, what is interesting about Representative Jamie Raskin is he's a constitutional professor before he was a congressman. His son committed suicide on December 31st. 25-year-old son had mental health issues, and his son committed suicide on December 31st, 2020. 7 days.
Oh, wow.
7 days before this happened. His family just finished burying their son. They came back from mourning their son on January 5th. He was with his family on January 6th in his office in the Capitol when this happened. They had to barricade themselves in. His other children thought they were going to die. And once this was all eventually calmed down, he started working that evening to put together this impeachment trial.
So Brett, I really want to know, because we talked about like why some of the Republicans would have been for Trump is like, to save their jobs and, to make sure that they still, like I said, stayed, in their job. But like, so we have to get 10 more, you said, 10 more Republicans in order to do it. What would be the reason they would actually like not, vote to impeach him?
They want
now, like
because power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And when you're a senator, you have power, and you don't want to lose that power, and you will wiggle your way and cringe your way and put your hands over your eyes or put a blanket over your head and make pretend these things didn't happen because I want to stay in power. Because Donald Trump raised hundreds of millions of dollars and he told all of these senators, he said, if you go against me, I'm going to put a candidate against you in the next election. You won't be a senator anymore. Sad, pathetic. Sad and pathetic. Now, what's also very interesting, I read a statistic, and I'll let you talk in a second, but I'll throw this statistic out at you too. More people have left the Republican Party after this presidential election than left any other political party in the history of the United States as far as they've been keeping records of this. So the Republicans are losing people who are saying something here is wrong, although their base, the people who vote, the people who are active, they're sticking and they're being sold a story that's not true.
But he still needs to be held accountable for everything as well. And this would just be, even though we've been talking about this impeachment for some time, like this would only be the beginning of opening up a whole can of worms, because imagine going into every event, like walking everything through, leading us here. So even though we thought we weren't talking Trump in 2021, it seems like we still got the pumpkin in our timeline here.
Now I'll give you this too, all right? William Calhoun, one of the rioters who got arrested, posted on Facebook, "The first of us who got upstairs kicked in Nancy Pelosi's office door and pushed down the halls towards her inner sanctum, the mob howling with rage. Crazy Nancy probably would have been torn into little pieces, but she was nowhere to be seen. Had she been in her office, they would have killed her. Had they found Pence, they would have brought him out to a guillotine." If this is not a crime to tell people to go do this, what's a crime?
Yeah.
Right.
What is a crime?
Right.
What prevents you from being president? If this doesn't prevent you from being president, what does?
Yeah.
People get arrested for attempts. These were orders.
These were orders. And by the way, there's no such thing, and we've said it a million times, there's no such thing as absolute free speech. It doesn't exist anywhere. You don't have the absolute right to go tell people to commit crimes and commit violence. You don't have a right to tell people to overthrow the U.S. government, just like you don't have a right to go possess child pornography. There is certain speech that in America that is not protected under the First Amendment, that is so harmful that they don't protect it.
And that's exactly why he needs to get impeached.
Yes.
Because it needs to teach the people, or, we never know who will become president. We never know if we'll have another Donald Trump. So it has to get the message across that even after your presidency, if you mess up like this, if you try the law like this, you will get impeached. So they need to make an example out of him.
I think
I agree.
I think back to Abraham Lincoln. If you ever, read up on Abraham Lincoln a little bit, he had to bribe, twist arms, do almost anything to get enough senators to abolish slavery and pass that amendment that abolishes slavery. And he did everything he could to basically convince people to do it. And I think, I don't think we have an Abraham Lincoln right now, but I would love to see if we have somebody go in behind closed doors. I hope it's happening. I doubt it, but I hope it's happening. That behind closed doors, they're being politicians, okay? And they are doing what they need to do to get 10 more votes. I really hope they do.
I do too.
I doubt it.
Agreed.
I doubt it, but I hope so. Meanwhile, prosecutors in Georgia, they started a criminal investigation into Donald Trump's attempts to overturn the Georgia state elections. And remember, that was from a phone call Trump made to Secretary of State Brad Raffensperger, if I'm pronouncing his name right, in which Trump pressured him to find enough votes to help him reverse the loss. Fannie Willis, she's a Democratic prosecutor in Fulton County, that's Atlanta, sent a letter today to numerous officials in state government, including Raffensperger, requesting that they preserve documents. Now, the violence at the Capitol on January 6th, which we were just talking about, followed weeks of false claims by Donald Trump that election fraud deprived him of victory, including in Georgia, where he lost by only 12,000 votes. Now, for 2 months after Biden was declared the winner, Trump attacked officials in Georgia, and eventually they did not bow to his pressure and certified the results for Georgia. And you want to know what? It's not ending there. A voting technology company swept up in a baseless conspiracy theory about the 2020 election, about stolen votes, about fraud. They filed a $2.7 billion lawsuit against Fox News and some of its hosts, including Rudy Giuliani and Trump's lawyer, Sidney Powell. Now, the lawsuit filed by Smartmatic claims that the parties involved worked together to wage a disinformation campaign that has threatened the company's survival. After Trump's election loss, his allies pushed those false theories that the voting systems were rigged against him. Smartmatic says the lies have cost the company hundreds of millions of dollars. Now, as a result of this, Fox Business News #1 rated show, Lou Dobbs, who is a pro-Trump, longtime Trump supporter on Fox Business News, and he was named in this lawsuit, and he has been saying that the election was stolen from Donald Trump, and he was using as part of the evidence that these voting machines, partly made by Smartmatic voting machines, were fraudulent and they were not counting the votes properly. He's been fired from Fox now as soon as this lawsuit started.
Good.
Now, in one of Trump's first statements since leaving the White House, Trump said he praised Lou Dobbs. He was great. Nobody loves America more than Lou. He had a large, loyal following that's going to be watching closely his next move. Now, CNN was told that this was partly a business decision too, because after all of this insurrection and voting fraud stuff, advertisers, even though Lou Dobbs was a #1 rated program, they couldn't get advertisers to advertise on the program. Nobody wanted to be associated with it. And of course, we still have coronavirus, guys. Yes.
Unfortunately.
Our friends at Johns Hopkins University now says 107 million coronavirus cases worldwide, 59.9 million people have recovered, 469,000 people dead in America. Now, 1 in 10 Americans, of which I am not one of them, nearly 32 million people, they've gotten at least one dose of the COVID vaccine. And you want to know what's happening since we've gotten at least 10% of Americans?
What's happening?
Even though we still have a ravaging virus going around our country, the numbers are going down. Now,
are they?
Now you can say they're going down. You can say they're going down because people are wearing masks. You can say they're going down because people are social distancing. My opinion is no more people are wearing masks than before. And if anything, people are doing less social distancing. I think it's the vaccine.
Yeah.
Do you see people social distancing? Do you see more people wearing masks? I don't know. What is your opinion on that?
I'm hoping that it is the vaccine. I actually just had a conversation with my mom. She's a little nervous because, people are telling her, oh, don't get the vaccine because about 143 people just passed away, and they said it was because of the vaccine. My little brother, who works for Obama, he's very big on, he had to get the vaccine. So he's been telling the family we should get the vaccine. So, we're getting words from everywhere. So I'm really hoping that it is going down because of the vaccine. I can't I can't really quote and say that this is a fact, but I do have a friend that does. Remember, I told you about my friend that works in the hospital in New York, and they did say that a lot of that New York cases are actually going up, but they're not really saying it in the press, in the media. But from her hospital, like the stats, they are. So
that's interesting,
I'm just
because
like,
I'm reading that I'm reading they're going down. So you never know what the truth
right,
is.
but I'm saying in New York, you know, so it's just a toss-up. It's like you're getting all this news from everywhere. I'm just hoping that it is, you know, because of the vaccine. My mom was like, "So what do you think I should do?" I'm like, "Mom, I don't know. I
How
think
old
you
is your
should
mother?
get it." Like,
Are we allowed to talk about your mom's age?
Yeah, she's in her 60s.
Let's round it.
What? Round it. She's older
She's
than
in
me?
her 60s.
Okay. Your mother should.
So
your mother should take it.
She should take it, right?
Absolutely, because she has a more likely chance of getting ill and severely ill and hospitalized and dying by taking the vaccine than the chance of getting ill as a reaction to the vaccine. So if you weigh the two, you go with the odds. And it's a no-brainer as far as I'm concerned. At 60s. Now, at your age, as a healthy young man in his 30s, that's a different decision, because you have to say to yourself, but the same thing with Vanessa. You know, the odds that if I get COVID, will I be severely ill? There's still a chance you will. There's young people who die and there's young people who are sick. But that's a much smaller chance.
Yeah. Funny thing is, when
your mom should. If I spoke to your mom, I would tell her to do it. I hope she's watching.
You know, listen, I swear on everything. While I was talking to her, I said, funny thing, I was like, if you were talking to my boss, Brad, he would tell you to do it.
Right.
I swear I told her.
It's true. Right. She should do it. She should do it.
Yeah.
Like Star Girl Mika saying, yeah, more people are wearing masks, but the social distancing. And that happened to me earlier today when I was getting breakfast. Like, there was a woman that literally, like, I don't know how I didn't. We both had our masks on, but she insisted on, like, being super close. Like, ma'am, if you could just give me some space here. So I think in New York, we're still figuring out the social distancing thing.
Do you think we're going to be social distancing for a while? Like, even if, let's assume we get COVID under control, like, people are just going to get used to staying away from everybody?
I think so.
Yeah.
I
Me
actually
too.
think so.
Yeah, it gets very behavioral, right?
I think it's that moment where people finally realize, like, you know, personal space.
Right.
You know, arm's reach.
Maybe.
That wasn't something we really did before.
Maybe.
I don't know if I like that though. I don't know if I like that, because I don't mind that with like strangers, because I don't care, but like I don't want my family to always like think in the back of their mind like, oh, like I can't, you know, I'm so excited to see my, you know, my son or my cousin or my nephew, but
you want to reach out and
but yeah, like to
have
them like constantly think that in the back of their mind, I don't like that. You know, that's not a way to live in fear.
Yeah.
So.
Yo likes to give out a hug.
I do.
Right?
Yeah, I do.
Dr. Love.
Yeah.
Right. I don't blame you.
Right.
Dr. Love.
All right. Well, you know, now that we're on the subject of Dr. Love, do we have any camels? It is Hump Day. It's our Valentine's Day Special.
Bring them out.
All right. We're not doing anything humpy today, so don't get too excited. You know, Vanessa. I know Vanessa gets very excited when we do something
my favorite day of the
very
week.
randy, but we're gonna keep it love today. We're gonna keep it love today.
Love.
All right, and we're gonna start at White Castle, something that I used to love when I was drunk in college. Not anymore. But did you like White Castle when like middle of the night, guys? Do you ever do that?
Not at all.
Not at all.
Not at all. I'm all my friends do. I'm not a White Castle guy.
You're not a White Castle. Oh, I haven't done it. Yeah, once you hit. I have to be honest with you. Once you're over 22 years old, it's really hard to go to White Castle. All right, I think it's like 18 to 22 type of thing.
And then it's a New York thing as well.
Yeah.
Like we didn't really have. I don't even think we have White Castle in California.
But I'm going to tell you something. Love is in the air at White Castle right now, and we're not talking about the burgers. Okay. Now, COVID might have prevented the chain from offering indoor dining for the past year, but it's not going to stop them from providing a unique dining experience for Valentine's Day. This year, you can take your boo to the White Castle restaurant and it's going to transform its classic drive-in, complete with car hop service, allowing customers to celebrate the holiday while remaining socially distanced. So what they are going to do is you can take your boo for Valentine's Day and say, babe, we're going to go in our car. We're going to drive to the parking lot of the White Castle, and somebody inside at White Castle is going to dress up in a weird costume and hand us our burger. Happy Valentine's Day.
And this is at every White Castle?
I believe so. Now you have to admit, they believe, the White Castle believes they're going to be in big demand for this. So you have to call and make a reservation in advance. You just can't show up with your car to the drive-thru. You got to make the reservation in advance, where you are going to be greeted once you arrive by a White Castle team member who will take your order. Happy Valentine's Day.
First of all, I think it's just a really sad idea, just a sad situation if that is your Valentine's dinner. So,
Now,
I mean, it's a good marketing attempt.
I want you to know something. According to White Castle, you want to hear this statistic?
there's a statistic.
We have White Castle statistics. Our crew is like crackerjack today. All right,
They're on it.
They are on it. All right, 30,000 people have dined on average at White Castle each Valentine's Day.
What?
30,000.
To each its own.
To each his
I
own.
agree with Albert Grant in the comments, and he says White Castle is a laxative.
So assuming
It's a what?
it's a laxative. So assuming, let's assume you do that for Valentine's Day. You take your boo to the White Castle. You got to expect you're not really going to get it on later. You're going to be in the bathroom. Is that what?
Yeah.
Is that? Is that? Is that
I
what?
mean,
Is
I
that?
feel like that's what White Castle does.
Oh man.
He's not having it. Boo, that does not sound like fun.
For real. Like, imagine your dude taking you to White Castle on top of, like,
How about
what?
this? How about this, Vanessa? We take you to White Castle for Valentine's Day. Get what you want. Go look at the menu. Feel free to order whatever you want. Take whatever you want. It's fantastic.
Order the whole menu.
Order the whole
It's on
menu.
me.
It's on me
handsome.
because I'm that type of guy.
that would have been your last Valentine's together. That would be your last Valentine's.
You would get a
horrible.
you would get a
Fellas.
cheeseburger right in your face just like that, right?
Exactly. fellas out there, do not do this. It's a setup.
And by the
It will be
way,
your last.
if things don't go well at the White Castle, you could always kick it up a notch, by the way, and go to the Dunkin drive-thru. They are also doing a Valentine's Day special. They want you to skip the chapel. They want you to skip City Hall and head right for the drive-thru window. And this is in Middletown, New York, where officiants from I Do drive-thru weddings are going to legally marry people on the Marriage is on the Menu contest on February 12th. New York residents may enter this contest by posting a photo to Instagram with the hashtag Dunkin I Do Contest, along with the reason they want to get married. And in addition to a unique and COVID-safe drive-thru wedding, lucky couples are going to receive a $500 cash free wedding photography and a gift basket with Dunkin wedding merch. So if you want to get married on the 14th, and by the way, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, there is a backlog to get married in New York to get licenses right now, 5-6 weeks. I know people who want to get married, file for their green cards. What better way than going down to City Hall? Go enter the contest. Go to Dunkin, hashtag Dunkin I Do Contest. Go enter it. You'll get married at the drive-thru on the 14th. And trust me, if you bring all your photos from the Dunkin I Do Contest to your adjustment interview, I doubt an immigration officer is going to say, oh, this is a bogus marriage. These guys went and got married at the Dunkin' Donuts window through a contest.
Yo,
Wow.
I mean, to each his own. I can't, and I take back the White Castle.
You take
It's
it
just
back.
not my style.
Because
but to each his
30,000
own.
people say it's their style.
30,000 people,
Wow.
okay. Listen, Albert Grant has a good idea and a jelly donut for a ring, you know? So,
Right,
I mean, I guess
right.
it's creative.
Right.
You go ahead. Live your life.
May as well at that point.
Okay. Now in South Dakota, because this is our Hump Day Valentine's Day Special. In South Dakota, a recent inoculation ended with a marriage proposal. Is that very romantic? Getting a vaccine and a marriage proposal at the same time? Well, it happened in South Dakota. You think that's a unique way to get married?
Yeah.
2021 thing.
Yeah, I guess so. Eric Vanderlee. He is a registered nurse from Canton, South Dakota. He went to administer the COVID-19 vaccine to his boyfriend, Robbie, an EMS supervisor. But he was met with a welcome surprise waiting up Robbie's left sleeve, an engagement ring. Vargas, who had taped an engagement ring to the top of his arm, proposed to Vanderlee on December 23rd and received an emotional yes, and then got his COVID shot anyway by his fiancée.
I think that's
And
a
back
cool
to
way.
business.
Now,
I mean, like,
oh, here it is.
you know, engagements are supposed to be memorable. I think this is a great way.
Well, it went viral, so their engagement definitely went viral. Vargas said, "It's been kind of a crazy year. You know, it's been a fun ride to have you in my life." What do you think about that?
I think I'm here for that.
Do you dream
Now
about?
that's better.
Do you dream about how to get engaged? How you would get engaged, Vanessa? I assume one day you would want to get married. Do you want like a really like special like crazy like marching band, and you're walking down the street and all of a sudden 50,000 people are doing a dance right in front of you, like some like flash mob or
Like a
something.
flash mob.
Yeah, like a flash mob. At the subway station. Do you envision that or do you just give me the ring, or you don't even want a ring, just go get married?
I used to think I wanted like a really dramatic engagement, but then all I know is that I just want it to be documented. Like, I just want to be able to play back my reaction. It doesn't have to be something huge. It could be something private, but I just want it to be recorded so that I can play it back and remember that it happened. That's like the only thing I ask.
Okay, so you just basically need an iPhone. Or Sam,
Right. I mean, the way that I'm set up, I'm big on content, and my boyfriend definitely knows that. So, like a drone, a secret photographer,
something.
We have interns. Like, a bunch of different things can happen. I just need to have the great content afterwards.
Got it.
That is all.
Got it. You need to project it to the world.
Exactly.
That is all.
I hope
Right.
he's watching. I hope he's watching this.
Yeah, I hope so too. Maybe he'll get some ideas. Drone. She's asking for a drone. All right, go back and play that. I hope he watches. I need like a bunch of interns there taking videos all over the place, plus a drone. Boss lady has spoken. Meanwhile, in Britain, of course, this would happen in Britain. 1/3 of British singles recently admitted in a survey that they confessed their love to someone they met online before they actually met them. Have you ever said "I love you" to somebody before you met them? Or has anyone ever told you "I love you" before they met you?
Yeah, when social media first came out, like instant messenger, AOL or AIM. AOL Instant Messenger, like when everybody had sidekicks, you're meeting people all over the world, you're young, and then, you find somebody that you talk to every day, that's definitely happened when I was younger, but definitely not when I was older. But, they still have that show Catfish, so people out there getting engaged without even meeting.
Well, you personally, I think, on this day and age of dating online, you should always, at least, unless you're going to just meet around the corner somewhere and it's just really simple, you should always be FaceTime or video chat or something. You should see the person physically.
Yeah.
With the world we're living in right now, a lot of different ways. People are just connecting through a simple text message, like Yo-Yo is saying. Like, I don't know. I fear sometimes the substance in the word love.
Did you ever date online, Yo-Yo? You ever put
online,
like Tinder or one of those dating app things?
No,
No, you don't do that.
I'm more of
No,
like a
Dr.
face-to-face.
Love has enough love.
He has enough
Dr.
love.
Love doesn't need those gadgets. It's
Right.
just an overwhelming, it's he just attracts it. That's it. That's
Yeah,
it.
that just takes up memory on my phone.
Okay.
You know?
Right.
Well, that is our Hump Day for Wednesday, our Valentine's Day Special. We're going to be getting into your immigration questions right now, but in today's Br Education, I answer the question, what is a bona fide marriage? Let's watch. Everybody always asks me, what's a bona fide marriage? Well, a bona fide marriage is a marriage where you live in the same home as your spouse every day and you have a financial relationship with them. What's a financial relationship? You have the same bank account, a joint bank account, and the money you earn and the money your spouse earns goes in that bank account, and from that bank account you pay all your bills, including your joint tax returns. Voila, bona fide marriage. Voila! And let's go to, you got a question, I've got an answer in getting answers to your immigration questions. Abby, how are you?
Hi, how are you doing?
Good.
Bye.
What's going on? What can I do to help?
Very good, man. I just called you 3 weeks before. I have the asylum pending, and I just filed. My VAWA filed
You have an asylum
year ago.
pending, and you just filed the VAWA. You're breaking up, so I'm
Yes,
trying to
sir.
get you. Yeah.
Yeah, and then you say I asked you I can fly to India because I have the advance parole.
Correct.
But my the asylum is on the asylum office, is not in the court. But my lawyer, he already filed a letter to USCIS for the withdrawal the asylum, and my asylum get withdrawal. So now I can fly, or what do you think?
What do I think? I think you'll go. You'll be able to come back. But I think that if you travel and come back, if I'm your immigration officer who's interviewing you, I'm going to say, why were you terrified to go home 3 years ago or 4 years ago when you filed, and now as soon as you do your VAWA, you're not as scared to go home anymore? Seems like you lied on your asylum application. And I'm going to ask a lot of questions about that. And if they determine that you lied, they're going to, charge you for misrepresentation.
Okay, so it's still I have to wait until the VAWA gets approval and gets the green card and better fly, right?
I would wait until you're a citizen, but I'm not your lawyer. Better be
I
safe than sorry.
understand.
All right?
All right, thank you, Ben.
You're welcome.
Appreciate it.
Let's go to Tony in Waterbury, Connecticut. Tony. Tony. Going once. Tony going twice. Oh, Tony,
Hello.
you're there. How are you?
I'm good. You?
Yes. What's going on?
Yeah, I have 2 questions. So, a citizen filing for 4 daughters and 1 wife in Nigeria. What is the priority date and those filing?
Well, there's no priority date for a wife because the wife's an immediate relative. For how old are the daughters?
So one of the kids are 21. She already passed 21.
When the application went in, were they all under 21?
No, the application just went in.
Okay. So over 21, you have about a 6-year wait. Under 21, they're immediate relatives with the spouse.
So is it they're going to do the adult kids different from the...
Correct.
Oh, so they would just take that one out of that bracket.
What they're going to do is, well, everyone's going to have a separate application filed for them, because if they don't have a separate application, then they don't have anything going. And one group of people are going to be in the immediate relative category. Immediate relative means there's no waiting time. As quickly as you get the petitions approved, you can get visa appointments. That group would be the wife of a U.S. citizen and children under 21 of a U.S. citizen. Not at the time the visa appointment is done, but at the time the application went in. The second group of people are going to be quota people, unmarried sons and daughters of U.S. citizens. They're quota applicants. So as quota applicants, they get put on a waiting list, and that waiting list is about 6 years. So it's going to be basically, think about it as one group of people are on the highway and the other group of people are on a dirt path that's very bumpy, very slow.
And there's nothing we can do to get that adult kid here, like say danger.
No, nothing like that.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Joseph in Long Island.
Yeah, how's it going, Brad?
Hi, Joseph. What's up?
Yeah, I got one question, please.
Go ahead.
Yeah, I was wondering if the Secure Act was to pass, would I qualify for it since I got work authorization already?
Joseph wants to know if the Secure Act passes, will he qualify? He has a work permit.
Since I got work authorization.
Yeah, you got a work permit. Let's see what the Magic 8 Ball says. It says reply is very hazy. And the reason the reply is very hazy is I don't know the first thing about you. Just because you have a work permit doesn't qualify you for anything. And we don't know what is going to pass. Right now, what we know is that if you were here out of status illegally, undocumented, on January 1st, 2021, you would be eligible. What will eventually be the law? We don't know. You'll also be eligible if you are here before you were age 17. You'll also be eligible if you were part of TPS. So, Joseph, do we know anything about you? What's your story?
Yeah, I've been here since 2010, and I think I got it through temporary stay.
Where you from?
Haiti.
Okay. So you being TPS from Haiti, if it passes, you would qualify. If it passes.
But the thing is, though, I think they filed the temporary stay for me. You know how you file the process. They give you the social.
If you are part of TPS, from what we understand, if it passes, you will qualify. Whether you're in removal, temporary stays, or whatever you got, you'll qualify. There may be a different process to go through if you're before an immigration judge or you were ordered deported than if you were not. There may be different processes to go through, but ultimately you would qualify.
All right, thanks.
All right, does that help you?
Yeah.
Okay, now, let me tell you, we have no idea what the law is going to be, so stay tuned, all right?
All right.
All right. Hassan in Bronx.
Hello?
How are you?
I'm okay, bro.
What's going on?
I have a few questions.
What's your question?
Yeah, I received a notice of intent to deny.
Why'd you get a notice of intent to deny? What happened?
Yes, notice of intent to deny.
Why?
And then the reasons are stated. They said that my divorce degree
is no good.
Is having 2 stamps on it. And then the other question is my divorced wife is still using my last name. And then, yes.
So they're questioning, they question the validity of divorce. I assume you're from Africa.
Yes, Ghana.
Yes, USCIS has been questioning the validity of divorces from Africa for the last 2 or 3 years. Every person from Africa who submits a divorce and the divorce was done in Africa, they seem to have a problem with it. The resolution is you have to get a lawyer or yourself to prove that this divorce that you submitted is a valid divorce. And you can do it in one of 2 ways. You can go to the Ghana consulate and ask them to validate that this is a valid divorce here in America.
Yeah, the Ghana consulate gave me authentication letter.
Okay, so if they've done that, then you should be able to use that in reply to your NOID.
Okay, so I submitted it to them, and it's 3 months now. I haven't heard from them.
Yeah, because probably it's going to be 7, 8, 9, 10 months, because they're going to ask somebody from the State Department or USCIS in Ghana to go to the courts and verify this is valid. So you're going to wait a while, unfortunately.
Yeah, they say, well, I didn't hear the last part, right?
They have people from Department of Homeland Security, they have people from the State Department in Africa whose only job it is to go to the courts and verify these divorces are valid. So that's probably what's happening.
Okay.
All right.
So, and what about the letter from the Ghana High Commission?
What about it? You just told me you got it. You got a letter from the consulate saying it's good. So let's assume they're correct.
Okay.
All right.
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Marcia in New York.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
Hi, how are you? Good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm calling because on a recent trip to visit my fiance, while I'm still in New York, he wants us to
get married.
Just go ahead and get married.
Why not?
However, I would return to my country and do consular processing.
Why?
Because I'm not prepared to migrate fully as yet. I'm just here for a visit.
Okay, the consular processing is going to take at least 18 months, maybe longer.
I'm sorry?
It's going to take at least 18 months or maybe longer.
Okay. In the meantime, am I able to use my visitor's visa?
You can, but they could also stop you at the airport saying you have an intent to immigrate to the United States and turn you back. So you take a risk every time you travel after you've applied for your green card.
Oh, okay.
So how long have you been here in the U.S.?
Just 2 months.
Mm-hmm.
I return in a couple of weeks to Jamaica.
Don't get married unless you've been here at least 90 days.
Okay. I was going to ask about that as well. Can I choose from consular processing to AOS?
If you get married after 90 days, I would put in your adjustment here and then get advance parole to travel back and forth.
Oh, that's what you recommend?
Yeah.
Okay, great. All right. Thank you, Uncle Brad.
Okay, you're welcome. Rose in Dallas.
Hello.
Hi, how are you?
Hi, Uncle Brad. Hi, I have a question.
Yes.
So, if one is here, someone was here right before January 21st, and they are currently out of status, and they haven't been working, just doing some menial jobs like, cleaning or making hair for family members, and they don't have the ITN number, they don't have the tax. But you said that the law was talking about having taxes and being able to qualify for the eligibility. So my question is really, how does someone in such category qualify?
So if you earn income in the United States, even in a menial job, you have to file a tax return. That doesn't necessarily mean you owe a tax, but you have to file a tax return. And that's regardless of whether you're legal, undocumented, you're working with status, you're working with a work permit, you're working out of status, it doesn't matter. You still have to file a tax return. Your taxes may be zero if you didn't earn a high enough level of an income, but you still got to file a tax return. So what do? You're working off the books. You don't have any documentation. You file a 1040 return as an independent contractor, because that's what you are. You're basically running your own little business, doing hair and doing housekeeping and whatever you may be doing. And you file a 1040 return as an independent contractor, and now you don't have a social security number. You attach a W-7 form to your 1040 return. The W-7 form requests the tax identification number. So you file your 1040 return with your W-7. If you didn't earn, you only earned $3,000, $4,000, $5,000, $6,000, $7,000, $8,000, unlikely you're going to owe any taxes, but you still have to file a tax return nevertheless.
And so can I go ahead and do it for this year just to be on the safe side?
I would do it you do it before April 15th for the year 2020.
Okay.
All right?
Okay. All right. Thank you.
You're welcome. Joseph in Morgantown, West Virginia. Joseph. Joseph. I could just play with my Magic 8 Ball. Should we continue to hold on for Joseph or move on? Says Outlook. Oh! Magic 8 Ball said you were. Hello? Magic 8 Ball said to move on, but there you are. Said Outlook not so good.
Sorry.
All right, what's going on?
There's some latency between the TV and the phone.
Yeah, don't watch the TV. Watch me. Okay, here, listen to the phone. Okay, what's going on?
You're doing such a great job. Thank you so very much. You actually answered one of my questions. You understand, and God bless you extremely for this. Okay. This is my background. I'm out of status right now. I came here on a B2 and applied for an F1. You know, due to the prolonged backlog in the system, I went out of status.
Okay.
Out of status. And then, you know, the prolonged time took almost 9 months to 1 year. And then, I was declined based on the regulation that said I was more than
let me
30 days before the
let me explain something
commencement of my program.
Right. Let me explain something to you. If you're on a tourist visa and you're applying for change of status to a student visa and it hasn't been approved yet, you got to keep renewing the tour. You got to, while that student change of status to a student visa is pending, you got to keep extending your tourist visa status, which was your mistake. So you needed to file 2 applications, one for change of status on a student and another one to extend your status on the tourist, which you didn't do. But let's hear your question anyway now. I'm just explaining to everybody what happened with you.
Awesome. Okay. So I think because I didn't have the information you gave now, I didn't have it. I called USCIS repeatedly on what to do, but they didn't tell me to continue filing for the extension.
Right.
So that, I eventually got out of status.
Right.
And then, that was used against me that I was out of status, so they couldn't do anything. So I don't know what in your professional opinion, what step do you think I could take now?
Well, unfortunately, you can't use the excuse I spoke to a random person in immigration. They didn't give me good advice, because that happens all the time and they don't care. So at this point now, you're out of status. I mean, you could always make a motion to reopen, but I'll tell you, the odds of a motion to reopen or reconsider are so astronomically small, and it will take so long that you're just wasting your time. So at this point, you're like everyone else, you're out of status, and you got to figure out a way how to get a green card. I mean, that's what it comes down to. Unless your overstay is less than 180 days and you want to try to go back to your home country to pick up a student visa to come back. But the problem is, because of COVID and what's going on in the world right now, you would be denied anyway. So your best bet is hope for Biden's amnesty to come. You'll be fine because you violated your status by January 1st, 2021. So let's see what happens. Let's see what happens in the next few months. All right? You got screwed, though, unfortunately. All right? But I don't have the answer. I don't have, in other words, we're doing a live show. I don't have the answer like, oh, yes, file this form and you'll be a citizen tomorrow. There's no such thing, all right? So let's see what happens, all right?
You're doing just great, sir. Thank you so very much.
Good luck.
Thank you, because I was hoping to apply again for for the F1.
No, because once you fall out of status, whatever you do now, you have to go back to your home country to pick up your visa. That's the problem. And you may have a 3 or 10 year bar. And even if you don't have a 3 or 10 year bar, because of what's going on with COVID, they're going to turn you down because you overstayed. So,
how about a reinstatement of status?
Well, you can't reinstate status you never had. So if you were on a student visa and you weren't able to go to school because whatever happened, something happened that you missed a semester, then you can go back and reinstate your status. There is a process to do that. What there is no process to do is I overstayed my visa, I screwed up. There is a process to do it. You make a motion to reopen and you ask them to put you back into status. It's called nunc pro tunc, and put you back in status. But what I'm telling you is, even though that process exists, it's so extraordinarily unlikely they would do it. It's not worth doing. So, there is no reinstatement to go back to status you don't have. There's nunc pro tunc, but they don't ever approve those. So at this point, unfortunately, you're out of status and you got screwed. Now, if you hang around America long enough, I think you're going to be okay. You'll figure it out. You'll fall in love. There'll be an amnesty. There'll be other law changes. Just hang in there and let's see what happens.
Okay, sorry, one more, please. Actually, the technicality in it was because after they sent me an RFI,
RFE.
You understand? They sent an extension which I applied and I was asking if they were going to extend it up till 8 months when the next semester was going to start, but they only extended it for 6 months, you understand? And that was just it.
Now, I don't understand what you're saying, but what I understand is that you didn't extend your tourist visa, and even though you got approved for your student visa, there was a period of time when you were out of status because you couldn't start school right away.
Okay.
I mean, you could try to make a motion.
All right.
I mean, absolutely, you can try to make the motion. I mean, that would be the process. I'm just telling you, they rarely approve it these days, but try.
Okay, sir.
All right, hold on 1 second.
Thank you so very much.
All right, we'll try. I disappointed him. We'll try. You never know. I don't think it'll be approved. Kai in Chicago.
Hi, Brad.
How are you?
Good. How about you?
Good.
Long story short, I have a removal order. It's like 6-7 years old. So my wife, recently, 4 or 5 months ago, she got her asylum approved.
Mm-hmm.
So we got married 6-7 years ago. We got kids. So is there any way I can get asylum status as a derivative?
You would have to reopen your removal case. We would have to review your removal case and figure out a way to reopen it.
I gotta first open the case, then file I-730, or I can file right now.
File both at the same time. You have to make a motion to reopen and the I-730 simultaneously.
What about if can I file I-212 in U.S.?
No, because you would have to go. The I-212 is to go home and then re-enter after a prior order of deportation, and then you have a problem because your wife applied for asylum. Why you all of a sudden you're okay to go and she's not?
No, we live in we are from 2 different countries.
Okay. The answer is yes. You can do a 212, leave the United States. You may also need an I-601A because you've been out of status here for more than a year. So you may need 2 waivers, and you can leave and come back. But I think the better route would be to try to make a motion to reopen.
In the U.S.?
Yes. Hold on. We can help.
Sure.
Wissam in San Diego, California. Wissam.
Hi, Brad. How are you?
Good. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you. Actually, I have a story I want to tell you, and just shortcut, okay? So I've been here undocumented for 10 years under asylum.
Mm-hmm.
But in 2017, I closed my case because my mom, she filed for me a petition under category F2B. And it's going to come current soon, which is like for the filing date. I want to make sure if I can go back to my country and do it in my country, or I could adjust status here.
Well, I don't know if you can adjust your status here. I'd have to ask you a few questions. But if you go back to your home country, you're looking at a misrepresentation problem based on an asylum case that you said, I'm terrified to go back, and now you're going back. So you would most likely have to ask a third country, whether Mexico, Canada, or a third country, to accept you and process you there. That's number one. I don't know that they're going to do that now because of COVID. Whether you're eligible to adjust your status or not depends on whether you're 245I or how you entered America. So if you're considered still an arriving alien, you got stopped at the border, or you came here on a visa, there's all sorts of different ways that you may or may not be eligible to adjust. So hold on 1 second. I think you would probably need a consultation. We'll figure it out. Let's go to Marco in Queens. Marco.
Hi, Uncle Brad.
Hi, how are you?
I'm good, thank you. I have a question. I sent my EID renewal on December 17, 2020, and it's been almost 9 weeks and I haven't received my notice of action. How long is this taking now, and what should I do?
What did you send?
The work permit renewal.
Okay. It's taking 5-6 months now, unfortunately.
To receive the notice of action?
No, the notice of action you should get in about 2 months. It should be in the mail any day now. So I'm advising people to file for their work permit renewals 4 months out.
Okay, Uncle Brad. And my last question, really quick, Uncle Brad, please. my VAWA was approved on March 2020, and I sent the I-45 on December 2018.
Right.
In the processing time website for the I-45 and St. Albans office, it says that my receipt date for inquiry is 1 month away to complete the 28 months. Am I looking at the correct form and office, St. Albans?
I'm not sure where you filed the papers. I'm not sure where your case is.
St. Albans.
I understand that, but eventually it's going to get forwarded. Your adjustment is going to get forwarded to the local office at 26 Federal Plaza. So, or Holtzville, New York, if you're out in Queens. That's the office where you should be looking at to determine where your adjustment is going to be scheduled.
Oh, the Queens office, not
Yes.
the St. Albans, to see the waiting time.
Right. Now, because St. Albans isn't processing your adjustment.
Okay.
All right.
Thank you so much, Uncle Brad.
Okay, good
God
luck.
bless you, okay? Bye-bye.
Ahmed in Nairobi, Kenya.
Yes, Mr. Brad.
How are you? Good. How are you?
I'm good.
What's going
I'm
on?
good. What about you?
Wonderful. What's
I've been
happening?
trying to call you over a week.
What time is it in Nairobi, Kenya?
It is now at 3:44.
Oh my God. You must be tired.
Yeah, I've been waiting for you to answer my question.
All right. Let's do it. What's your question?
Okay, let me be quick. My mom petitioned for my IDACA case in 2017, June.
Your mom a resident or a citizen?
She's a lawful permanent resident in the United States.
And you're single?
Yeah, I'm single.
And you're over 21?
No, I'm not over 21. By the time now I'm 21 years and 7 months, but the process she filed on 12th of June 2017.
Uh-huh. Did it get
approved?
approved?
It was approved in August 30, 2019.
Okay. So
now
you should be
from NCC last.
You should be under the Child Status Protection Act because you should be.
Yeah, and then let me complete the question,
Sure.
please.
Okay.
They sent me a letter 2019 the 2020 that 1st of October, that the 21st of October, saying that I'm documentarily qualified.
What's your question?
So my question is, now I'm 21 and 7 months old. So will I fall under the CSBA?
I was answering that. Yes, you fall under the Child Status Protection Act, the CSPA, and the reason you do that is you get to add the time that it took the I-130 to get approved to your 21st birthday, and if you paid the fees within that period of time, the fee bill that you get from the National Visa Center, that keeps your age at under 21. So for example, it took you about a year and a half to get the I-130 approved. So you get till 22 and a half years old before you go from F2A to F2B. And the priority dates are current for F2A. So as long as you get that fee bill and you pay it within that time frame of 21 years plus the time it took the I-130 to get approved, you're going to be okay.
So now what are you telling me is that I'm still falling under that category?
That's what I'm telling you.
CSPA.
That's what I'm telling you.
Yes. Yeah.
Okay?
Okay.
All right. Good luck. Let's go to Mamadou in Mali. Mamadou, getting calls from all over the world.
Hello.
How are you?
Yeah, yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Good. What's going on?
Yeah, I got some question. I got deported since 3 years now, and I got the I-130 approved since November 2019.
Why did you get deported?
But I did. I came then illegally in U.S., but I got married to a citizen woman now, and we got a baby.
But why did you get
but
deported? Tell me what was it a criminal offense or just?
No. I was. I came in the border in Mexico. I asked asylum. But they didn't send me back. They let me until Trump came back, and then they deported
you.
because
Okay.
after 2 years.
But now your wife is refiling for you, correct?
Yeah, we filed the I-130. We got approved 2019, but I didn't. After that, nothing yet.
What
So,
about from the National Visa Center? Nothing?
Nothing.
All right, you need to get in touch with a lawyer. You're talking to a good one. Because you should have gotten something from the National Visa Center. They should be processing your application. You're married to a U.S. citizen. Because COVID didn't happen till March of 2020. So what happened in that 1 year at the National Visa Center when they were still processing cases? And you're going to need a waiver. And the waiver is to return after a prior order of deportation, a 212 waiver. You should be able to get that.
Okay.
All right. So we can help you. So I don't know. I don't know what happened to your case, but we got to get that thing moving and get you the waiver.
Okay. So, but then I don't need to wait the LVC to answer me before filling the waiver, right?
Well, yeah, you got to do both at the same time. We can do the 212 waiver now while we're processing you at the National Visa Center, but we got to figure out what happened to your case at the National Visa Center.
Okay, so I'm going to call them and say what's going on, isn't it?
You can if you want to, yeah.
Okay,
all right.
Okay.
All right, but you need someone to help you with the waiver. Hold on if you need help. Nasir in Toronto, Canada.
Hi there. Thanks for taking my call.
How are you?
Good. My question is, my daughter, she's a U.S. citizen. She's living in Canada with us, and she's 21, and she filed I-130 for us, actually.
Right.
Does she need a residency in U.S.?
She needs She needs to be able to indicate to the embassy that when her parents get a green card, she will be returning with them to the United States, that they're going to live together. So you don't need a residence at this moment, but what she will need to show is an intent to go live in the United States when you get a green card.
Okay. And second question is, we have a two minor child. One is 14 and the other one is 9. Are they going to be able to get if the case got approved?
No, they won't. When your daughter files for you, she's filing only for parents. You can't include the younger children. So what would happen is you would get green cards. You would have to come to America, leave your younger children behind, file for them, and then go back and wait for their filings to come through and then come back again, because you're not going to leave your kids alone.
Okay, they're all Canadian, actually. They're Canadian citizens. Okay.
I mean, you can, if nobody is listening, and I'm sure nobody's listening, you can presumably come to the United States to visit and adjust your status in America with your daughter after coming for 90 days, and bring your younger kids to visit too. And after you get a green card, deal with your kids. You can do that too.
Oh, that's good. Good to know. Okay, I'll be in touch with you. Thank you.
Hold on. Nadia in Kingston, Jamaica, our fourth out of the United States call in a row. People listening from all over the world. Nadia, what's going on?
Good night, Brad. I have a question.
Yes.
If you enter the USA fraudulent and you have a daughter that is 26, can your daughter file for you?
No, because you need a waiver, and you can't get a waiver through your daughter. But I give you an exception to that. If you have a parent who is legal in the United States, whether resident or citizen, or a spouse that's legal, resident or citizen, then yes, your daughter can file for you, because if you came fraudulently and you have that entry document, you can file the adjustment because you made a legal entry, albeit as somebody else. And then your daughter would file the adjustment and you would get a waiver through your spouse or your parent. So you would need both relatives. But you can't get the waiver through your daughter.
Oh, so if you don't have a parent and you don't have a spouse,
not through your daughter.
Not through your daughter. Correct. So can you sponsor yourself with this new amnesty where Biden coming with?
We don't know what you're going to do yet. It hasn't passed yet, so let's see what happens.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Next question. If your mother's filing for you and you are at the visa center and they say they have everything, but you're not getting the pass to pay any money, and over 2 years has passed.
Well, they put a stop to the cases based on Trump's proclamation, so there's nothing you can do at this moment. The proclamation is going to be over on March 31st. Let's hope Biden doesn't extend it, and then call me April 1st.
Okay.
All right.
All right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome. Ron in Elkins Park, Pennsylvania. Ron.
Hey, Brad. Good night. How are you?
Good night. How are you?
Yes. Quick question. I have sent in my 751 form on the 1st of December. It's been like 2 months now, over 2 months, and I get no notice yet.
What did you send it?
I sent it on the 1st of December last year.
What?
My removal of condition on my
right. Yeah, everybody is taking very, very long time to get receipt notices back. You know, we just heard another question from somebody, I think it was Marco, who said, "Where's my work permit receipt? It's been 2 months." And now you're calling, "Where's my I-7?" It's everybody. Let me ask you a question. What everybody is taking is delayed. Let me ask you a question first.
Okay.
Was your filing fee check cashed?
No,
Still has not been cashed
as yet.
Okay.
Yeah.
Did you send it? Did you send it by a service that confirmed that immigration received it?
Yeah, I tracked it, and it showed it received.
Okay, fine. All right, so eventually they'll get to it. Sadly, it takes a while.
And okay, next question. So I know my next couple of days' time, my green card will be expired. My employer, do I still legal to work with them? Do I have to tell them something if the notice didn't come out yet?
You have no obligation to tell them anything. Keep working.
Okay, yeah, I was worried about that. Right. Thank you so much, Brad. You know.
And I'll tell you why. Okay,
yeah.
The requirement to confirm whether you're legal to work or not is from it's the employer's requirement. It's not your requirement to tell them.
Oh, okay.
So they have to
just continue working.
Continue to work. Your social security number is good. They have to verify that you're legal to work, and then if they say, "Well, show us that you're legal to work," you have 90 days to present them a document before they fire you. So then at that point, because you already have a green card, it's not like you don't have anything.
Yeah.
So you have 90 days to present them some sort of document before they can legally fire you. And then at that point, because you're going to say, "No, I'm a lawful resident," which you are. Okay.
Yeah. Okay. Thank you so much, Brad, and continue doing the good work.
Thank you. Bye. Rudy in Chicago. Rudy.
Hi. Thank you, Brad. Thank you for taking my call. My question is, I have been in the U.S. I came with the B1 visitor visa, and I overstayed on my visa, and I have now right away. I applied for asylum in 2016, and Chicago asylum office referred me to the immigration court, but they didn't deny me. And also I have a U.S. citizen child, 11 years old, U.S. citizen child. What are my options? Can I apply for cancellation of removal?
How long have you been in the United States now?
Pardon?
How long have you been in the U.S.?
12 years.
Yes, you can apply for cancellation removal. If you've been here for more than 10 years, you're a person of good moral character, and you can show extreme and unusual hardship to your child, the absolute yes. Whether you can prove extreme and unusual hardship, that's the hard part. I don't know what your asylum claim is. Also, Biden may come out with an amnesty that'll save you. So there's a lot of options still for you. So
could you repeat again about the Biden part?
I said Biden may come out with an amnesty that could save you also. We'll see what happens. So there's a lot of possibilities for you. So hold on 1 second. All right. And by the way, if you did not get an opportunity to ask your question, we're going to get to social media check-in in about 2 or 3 minutes. But you could also follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein. If you follow me on Instagram at Real Brad Bernstein, I sometimes take a day or two, but leave your question, maybe even like a picture, and I will get back to you, hopefully with an answer that you would appreciate. You could also follow us at Bradshaw Live. If you follow me or us at Bradshaw Live, it's not me, it's us. There is us. It's not a me, it's an us at Bradshaw Live. You will get the best 2-3 minutes of our show. And of course, Yo-Yo and Vanessa, what do you guys got?
Yes, you guys can follow me at Jonathan Elias TV on Instagram.
And you guys can find me at Vanessa.Contreras TV.
And later today, I know everybody's excited, we're going to go back in memory lane and look at some of our old Valentine's days that we've had together. Oh, look at me and Yo-Yo on Valentine's Day. Very special. All right.
Romance time day.
Yeah, that was
I have a
bromance.
PSA, Brad.
What?
I have a PSA from my friends on YouTube.
Yes.
Big shout out to Frenchie VN on YouTube who just tipped us $20.
Frenchie just gave us $20?
$20.
Wow, that is so nice.
Oh,
that is so nice. So I had to make
we don't
sure
ask
that I
anybody to
mentioned
tip us. That's fine, but that's really sweet.
Right?
That's really, really nice, Frenchie. Thank you very much.
Sweet. That is sweet.
That's very nice.
All right, well.
All right, drinks on Bradshaw Live tonight.
Oh, wow.
Right, we got our $20 tip, right? We got our
$20. Okay, listen.
Oh, there's nothing open yet. Damn.
Listen, I'll find something open. Don't tempt me with
right, and we're going to all toast Frenchie.
Yes, we're all toast Frenchie. Yes. I like that. All right, guys. So before we get into social media check-in today, we're going to present a beautiful immigration love story and song by musical theater composer Jaime Lozano to his wife Florencia. Jaime is a native of Monterrey, Mexico, and has been heralded as the next big thing on Broadway by Hamilton's Lin-Manuel Miranda. Jaime's album Songs by an Immigrant was released in October 2020, and it includes one Spanish bonus track, Hecho para Amarte, Made to Love You. Jaime shared what the song means to him with Brad. All right, let's watch.
You have a bonus track on your album, Hecho para Amarte, which in English means I was made to love you. And that is a love letter to your wife. Can you tell us a little bit about that? Now we know you love her, but tell us a little bit more.
I mean, to be honest, I think my wife was the reason why we came back to New York City. I don't think that without her, I think that I could be still in Mexico, like teaching in the university or doing something else. So when I met her, this was actually the first song that I wrote to her. And this song was actually, we danced to this song in our wedding. Because I think that's my most important collaboration. I told you before, musical theater is about collaboration, but doing musical theater with your wife, with your family, it's like the pinnacle of a collaboration, you know, being at home and being able to work with her. That's something, actually something the boundaries about husband and wife and composer, singer are very blurry. You never know who you are at the moment, no? But I'm very glad that I found her, and that's one of the reasons because I'm today in this country. And when we decided to stay in January, back in 2016, a few weeks later, we realized that we were pregnant. So at the moment was, oh no, we have to go back to Mexico because we're pregnant. How are we gonna do to pay all the, and we decided to stay. And I mean, the health program was very, very, very nice with us. And we were able to have this now 4 years old, beautiful son born here in New York City. And we are a family of artists in New York City, like just struggling every day, but trying to make it.
You ever think about, wow, imagine if we went back to Mexico, what different life I would have had?
I think everything in life is about decision. You decide something, it's maybe the decision was wrong, but the fact that you're deciding is always right.
Right.
Your
freedom.
Yeah, exactly. I just feel very blessed to be able to be here because of our decisions, or my decisions.
So let's listen to a clip of Hecho para Amarte.
Tanto te busqué que yo pensé que eras ficción y me conformé con verte en mi imaginación. Hoy que estás frente a mí,
right, so let's do something we like to call, oh, I was out of the picture there, social media check-in. All right, what do we got?
All right, first one comes from VIP Brad Squad member Indira Rupnarin saying, if you are undocumented, can your child over 21 become a citizen and sponsor you?
If you're undocumented, yes, as long as you came in with a visa. So I don't know what you mean by undocumented. I mean, you don't have documents at the moment, or you came without inspection. There's a big difference.
Okay, next one comes from It's a Apple Pie, another Brad Squad VIP member. How long after a parent receives a green card can he or she file for their unmarried child over the age of 21?
The next day.
Okay, Ofur Okiji on Instagram. Do you know if President Biden has any good news for people with asylum pending cases who have their work authorization already, but are still waiting for the decision to be mailed to them? I've been waiting since December 12th, 2019. That was when I did my interview. My second question is, are we going to be under amnesty too?
I don't know the answer to either one. I don't know President Biden. We only know what we read in the newspaper. And what he says is there's going to be an amnesty, and he's going to go back to the old amnesty laws and regulations of President Obama. We're still waiting for that to happen.
Sandra Campbell on YouTube. My spouse petitioned for me. Now we are currently awaiting for our interview date. He just filed our taxes jointly and owes the IRS $600. He paid it and has the proof. Will this affect us during our interview?
No.
Betty O on YouTube. I'm going for my green card interview, and if I tell them I worked earlier this year while being out of status and filed my taxes, will that jeopardize my status and my chance?
Not based on marriage to a U.S. citizen, it won't.
Robert Padilla on YouTube. For advanced parole, what supporting documents are needed?
You need proof that you have a pending adjustment and proof that you have a reason to travel.
Sophia R. Gray on Facebook. Can a green card holder file for his husband who is in Jamaica?
Yes.
David Ogbu on YouTube. How can I get a work authorization if I file for VAWA with a green card holder?
You can still file an adjustment application based on VAWA to a green card holder. File your adjustment and file an I-765 with it.
Ken Kibbet on YouTube. How long does it take to renew a work permit? I filed in December 2020.
Like 6 months now.
Abdul Latif on YouTube. If the I-130 is approved, what is the next step? My wife is on an LPR visa and I'm out of status in the U.S. now, and my travel documents expired.
You need to get your case to the National Visa Center and do a provisional waiver, or make your wife a citizen, one or the other.
Rika Thomas on YouTube. Can I fly from state to state if my I-94 is expired?
Yes, because I doubt they're going to ask you for legal proof that you're in legal status. They're going to want to make sure that the person getting on the plane doesn't have a gun, a bomb, and you are who you are.
Juliana Davila on YouTube. I got my travel documents. Is it safe to travel, or does it have to be an emergency?
It's safe to travel. Bon voyage.
Sashay Kens on Facebook. If a baby is born in another country but the father is a U.S. citizen, does the baby automatically become a U.S. citizen? Does it help to file when she's pregnant?
If the father's a U.S. citizen and resided in the United States for 5 years prior to the baby's birth, the baby is an automatic U.S. citizen.
Diallo Erico on YouTube. I applied for N400 and I have a son abroad who I put in the application for. Once I become a citizen, does my son become a U.S. citizen automatically? What is the process?
Again, if you're a U.S. citizen and you lived in the United States for 5 years prior to the birth of your child, that child's an automatic U.S. citizen. And I mean, for all intensive purposes, somebody who is a U.S. citizen is most likely resided in the United States for at least 5 years, because there was a period of time they had a green card before they became a citizen. So almost anybody who naturalized is going to, and has a child abroad after the naturalization, is going to most likely be able to prove that child's a U.S. citizen. Go ahead. Yeah.
All right, sorry about that. Z on YouTube. When will public charge go away?
They have was it a Blue Star, a Gold Star commission, whatever commission they put together, and they're looking at it. And I don't know when Biden's going to say something, but they're looking at it. That's all I can tell you.
Lilith Kachatran on YouTube. Does Biden's amnesty have an impact on people who are waiting after an I-485 interview? I have been waiting more than a year.
I doubt it.
Kimberlyn Burris on YouTube. I'm a B2 in legal status, married to an LPR doing an AOS. Should I submit the I-693 form or wait until USCIS asks for it? In the process of submitting the I-130, 485, 765, I-944, and 864.
Woo! Yes, wait for the I-693 is the medical. Bring it to the interview. We're going to do 3 more questions.
Marco Salinas on YouTube. I send my EAD renewal on December 17th, 2020. It's been almost 9 weeks and I haven't received my notice of action. How long does it usually take? What should I do? 9
weeks is usually what it takes. Keep looking at the mailbox. It should be any day.
So Jan Mohammed on Facebook. My mother petitioned for an I-130 when I was 17 years old. Recently, NVC sent a letter saying that I'm qualified. I'm currently 21. Will I age out or does CSPA apply to my case?
I think I spoke to that guy. Is that the same gentleman from Nairobi?
Possibly.
Yes.
His name is Soyan Mohammed.
No, that was somebody different.
Okay.
It depends on how long the I-130 took. So you get to add the I-130 to your 21st birthday. So let's say it took a year to get approved. You get to add that to your 21st birthday if you paid the fee bill by that date of age 22. And I'm making up numbers because I don't know how long the I-130 took to get approved. Then you're under CSPA.
Last one comes from Chris Lopez on YouTube. Can I apply for asylum if I am in Mexico? Will I be detained and for how long?
You could apply for asylum. I don't know whether you'll be detained. It depends on whether you have a credible fear or not. All right. Right now, Bradshaw Live is all about love. And we've shared quite a lot of love through the years and quite a few Valentine's Days together. So in honor of this year's upcoming holiday, we've compiled a look back at some of the ways we have celebrated our Valentine's Day together with you guys. Let's watch.
It's your boy Jonathan Elias out here in the cold streets of New York. Yes, it's February, and yes, I'm in my undies. We're here at the NYC Cupid Undie Run. All right, this is gonna raise money for neurofibromatosis, which is also known as NF. We're here making a good cause. We're raising awareness in our undies. Let's go drink.
Raise awareness about this disease because there is no cure for it right now. I've seen people die in their 20s and 30s from this, even younger, because the tumors are affecting their ability to breathe. When we started this in 2010, there was nothing except surgeries, and now we have 16 clinical trials. And we're close to finding treatments that might work. We've seen 60 to 70% tumor reductions.
Wow. I run for Chloe. She turned 21 this year. She would be with us at this party if she wasn't in Italy. And part of the reason why she's in Italy studying abroad is because of this organization. Because she's gotten excellent treatment through heart surgeries and other surgeries as a neurofibromatosis, someone living with it. So now I come back not to run, I only come back for Chloe.
To have fun and to live life, whatever means necessary. So this is one means to do it, and that's it.
Yeah. So do you know anyone personally that is affected by NF?
I do not, but it's a terrible disease, and we definitely need to find a cure for it.
I want to know, what's your immigration story?
My paternal grandparents are from Poland, and my parents have definitely made lots of sacrifices for my life to be better.
My parents came from Germany and from some during the revolution, and my husband's family are from Cuba and Puerto Rico. He's first gen.
For everybody out there that does want to donate, if you didn't run in your undies like we did, how can they donate to the cause?
Yeah, you can go to cupids.org.
Tenement Museum's mission is to tell the stories of immigrants, migrants, and refugees in the ongoing creation of the United States. This is a particularly special night because it's so close to Valentine's Day. We're putting on special Valentine's Day programming. We're doing a love letter writing workshop. We have our special tour that we do every year on Valentine's Day called Love at the Tenement. The love tour was actually inspired by the discovery of a love letter in the floorboards of '97. This was a letter written by a businessman to someone he was having an affair with. But again, we don't know anything for certain, but that's kind of what we've construed from our research. So it says, the seat of my pants are hot, here your lovely papa left of his brograns, but love laughs, nobody can keep us apart. For ... never dies. Does it, dear? Saturday ... I'll give the usual whistle, pack ... suitcase, and we'll elope and get married. The roles rough will be ... up for the occasion ... have a bully time. Your onlyest. You know, I think in today's 21st century culture and life, actually putting a pen to paper is such a rare thing. Caroline from CW Pencils, she writes 5 handwritten letters a week, and that to me is mind-blowing. It's just so rare to get a handwritten letter these days. I think it makes it quite special.
Did you know that in ancient times, love and chocolate have gone hand in hand for years? The Aztecs even considered chocolate to be an aphrodisiac, and the Mayans used it as a tradition where the bride and groom would even sip chocolate together.
Ah, okay, so that makes sense. It's no wonder that the sweet tradition of giving chocolate for Valentine's Day is so popular in modern times.
You and I are lucky enough to be here today at Ronnie Sue's Chocolate with the owner herself, Rhonda Cave, and we're gonna go make some chocolate, Yo-Yo.
Anyone in the group has ever been to a country of origin and had the opportunity to taste fresh cocoa from the tree?
I'm from the Dominican Republic. My father
Yes.
actually owns a cacao plantation.
Yes!
Oh, wow. Okay. It's like a meal.
We're told that chocolate has special powers. So,
Indeed it does.
Yes, so is it really an aphrodisiac?
Yeah, cocoa is a pretty famous aphrodisiac. It releases endorphins when you eat it. It has effect of dilating the blood vessels and increasing blood flow. It's supposed to be good for your heart, all that kind of stuff. So we actually make for Valentine's Day our aphrodisiac collection.
Oh!
Yeah. So it's a whole line of truffles that feature different aphrodisiac ingredients. Yes. Belize was the first country where I had the opportunity to taste fresh cacao. And then we went to my friend's little chocolate factory, and they were making chocolate right there. And just as you walked in, the aroma just practically knocked me over. It was just intoxicating. We actually make house-made dark chocolate with the cacao beans from Belize, and that's the basis for our critically acclaimed hot chocolate at Ronnie Sue's. Yeah, one of the top 10 in the U.S. by Zagat. Yeah.
Yo-Yo pops out some chocolate ganache that he made. He goes, Brad, I brought this with. I'm like, what do you mean you brought this with me?
Smell it.
He was going to give it to me after. Ooh. Is this the aphrodisiac one?
Yes. So don't get too
Don't get too
Don't
randy.
get too randy.
That's right. And then all of a sudden, everyone's bringing me in hot milk and the chocolate.
Look at this.
Wow. Wow.
Come on, let me give you.
Yeah.
So we got hot milk. We're gonna make some hot chocolate on air.
I need the spoon though to kind of mix it in there.
Yeah.
Right?
Go ahead, because I'm still mixing mine.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I was not expecting that.
This is good. Some good hot chocolate with my ganache.
I think I'm gonna just relax a little bit.
Yeah.
Drink my hot chocolate.
Yeah.
This is really
That's
good, by the way.
Yeah, thanks.
I like
that was
this.
yummy. Do you want some more chocolate?
Maybe, yeah.
If you want more chocolate, it's a lot here for you.
No, enjoy it.
Okay.
The chocolate milk, hot chocolate's really, really
Yeah,
good.
you got chocolate right here.
I know. Look, Uncle Brad having chocolate all over his face. I'm telling you, this is good. I wish the squad was here to taste this.
I know.
This is Jonathan Elias here on Valentine's at the crossroads of the world. That's right, I'm here at the Red Stairs at Times Square at the annual Times Square vow renewal ceremony where couples have agreed to say I do all over again. If you guys ready, let's see if they're ready. I think they are. I'm excited.
So as you declare your love through these spoken vows, I ask that you now raise your blinky rings in the air. So bring them up. So raise them up. Repeat after me. My love. This ring is a symbol of my never-ending love.
This ring is a symbol of my never-ending love.
And devotion to you.
And devotion.
met 16 years ago.
Wow.
So we've been dating off and on for 16 years. We got married last year, so it'll be 2 years in August.
Nice.
It's a beautiful, but not so beautiful story. But I mean, it's love and it's work and it's it's a relationship. So you have to take the good with the bad.
You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, it's love that always matters. So it always lands us back here. You know what I mean?
It's in fact our anniversary today.
What? It's your anniversary. Happy anniversary.
Thank you.
Oh, that's amazing.
Being in New York, New York is a place of love and diversity, especially today when we are celebrating our anniversary. I was so excited to be a part of this ceremony here.
So where are you guys from?
India.
Okay, and both of you? And how long have you guys been here in America?
12 years.
12. I want you guys to give, any advice to any couples out there, even, from other countries.
I would advise that be together, stick together. You are the support to each other. And when you find the love, just stick to it.
Even being away from home, being away from your dear ones, being with your love partner, with your soulmate is the true thing. And wherever you go, as you say, like country or city or doesn't matter as long as you are together. And especially on Valentine's, on this day of love, we would just be together and pursue your dreams. And especially New York is a city of dreams. So come explore this beautiful city and just make your dreams come true.
We're celebrating life. We're celebrating love. 18 months ago, I had multiple bilateral pulmonary embolisms, and when I got into the ER, they said, "You should not be here. People do not survive what you did." So when I was in the hospital for 7 days, I made a bucket list. And my bucket list was to visit New York City, to see the city, to see the sights, to embrace the culture and the diversity and just experience it. So I made that bucket list. And so we've been married 31 years, together 35. Well, this is a 31-year-old veil, y'all.
Is that the veil that you wore?
Yes, this is my wedding veil. And it's not in style now. Obviously, people are giving me all kinds of weird looks.
No.
But you know what? I'm here. I don't care. I'm alive. I'm with this wonderful man. And so it's all good.
A true relationship is built on the ability to communicate and share how you really feel. Also, to be able to understand that your partner's not always going to feel the exact way you do on everything. And it's about compromising, but it's also about enjoying the time you have together and making the best of it. And that, it takes a long time to learn that. But when you do, life becomes so much better.
Oh, look at that. Oh, I love.
All righty, we have social media speed round, guys.
Oh, yeah.
All right, you ready? 9 questions, 50 seconds. Nobody's getting blown up. It's Valentine's Day. Show me some love.
Nobody's getting blown up.
Show me some love for Valentine's Day Special. It's not Valentine's Day yet, but show me some love, man.
All right. Can you expedite an I-131?
Yes.
Should I file a CR1 or K1 visa for a spouse in a dangerous country?
K1 is quicker.
I have a B1, B2 visa and overstayed. Am I eligible for TPS?
Not unless you were in legal status and just fell out of status, and we're here during the TPS time.
Which one has a faster process, DACA or marriage?
Marriage.
Can I file for my fiance and her sister at the same time?
You can't file for a sister.
After approval of VAWA, how long until I get my green card?
You have to file an adjustment first.
Can someone with a TN visa travel to Mexico to visit his family?
Yes.
Can you be in Jamaica and file for yourself?
I guess possibly.
Can I travel outside of the U.S. and return with an EA? No, Jabba.
It was me. I was answering too long.
I saw that look that you made. You were like, damn. I could tell that. I saw it in your head. You were like, why am I answering this long?
Yes, exactly. Yeah, there was like 1 or 2 that I would try to, because you want to know this, I'm trying to, I'm really trying to give information. So, if I answer it really quickly, it's really not 100%. I mean, it's accurate, but it's needs an explanation. It's just not a yes or a no. So, so I'm trying to give the information and risking my life while doing it.
I know.
Right.
For the people.
For the people. Everything for the squad. Everything for the squad.
Damn.
Damn. All right. Comments of the day, guys.
Okay.
Where am I? Comments of the day. Comments of the day.
All right. Our first comment of the day comes from Letitia Johnson saying, yes, yes, yes. I've been anticipating this moment for my mind to be rejuvenated with some positivity with Uncle Brad.
All right. I like that. I
Oh,
like
yeah.
positive attitudes.
Yes.
Half the battle in life, I mean, you got to be able to go out and do something too. But half the battle in life is having that positive attitude. And it's really true. Because if you don't believe you can do it or you don't believe it's going to happen, it's never going to happen and you're never going to do it. Now, just because you believe it's going to happen and just because you're positive doesn't necessarily mean, you can't think your way through it. You got to actually do it. But in order to do it, you got to have that positive mindset first. Because if you don't, then it'll never happen. So I like that comment.
All mindset.
Yes.
Words from Uncle Brad.
It's true.
Our next comment of the day comes from one of our veterans, Jessica Leamy Joel Reed, saying, do you guys got a date after the show? Because y'all dressed. I don't. What about you guys?
I was dressed, and then I started to strip as the hump day started. So I started off with the blazer.
Progress.
It's hump day. So
I do not have a date. I am going home.
I actually have a date.
Oh.
With a nice big burrito from Chipotle.
and they give us absolutely no advertising, but
no advertisement, but it satisfied Dr. Love's stomach. All right.
By the way, I
Okay.
did not ask you, Dr. Love, how is your shoulder? I didn't ask you.
Oh, much better.
Good.
I actually went to the gym today, so
good,
it's good.
Good.
Mhm.
All right,
Thanks.
next comment.
Sweet, Brad.
Okay.
Next comment comes from Maxine Gowie saying, okay, so I don't have any Valentines, so do I still need to wear red? LOL. Absolutely. You're your own Valentine. Doesn't have to be anybody else.
Agree.
I agree,
Yeah,
Yo-Yo.
good for you.
Wear red.
You do have a Valentine, Maxine. Wear your Valentine.
And the
Yep,
squad.
there it is, Maxine.
And the entire squad, not just us.
Exactly. Oh.
Okay, our next comment of the day
Aw.
from
Aw.
another VIP. Our girl, Star Girl Mika, saying, Brad, I truly look at you as someone with a heart of gold. Giving us your time for free is just proof of that. You could have been in your office at crazy hours making crazy money, but instead you're here helping us. You will always be one of my favorite persons on earth. God bless you.
Aw,
Star
thank
Girl,
you
you get
very
me every
much.
time.
She's right. I should be in my office making crazy money. Gotta go. No, I'm only kidding.
All right, y'all. Last comment of the day for our Hump Day Valentine Special comes from Yulene King saying, hey, Brad, Yo-Yo, Vanessa, squad up. I really appreciate everything you guys do. Brad, your positivity is infectious. You help people for free. These questions people pay for in consultation. Thank you.
That's true. It is very, very true. And I'm glad that you noticed my positivity. It's something that is almost like my motto. I mean, I don't have a motto, but if I had a motto, that would be it. Maybe I should make that my motto then. Because you can't
you should brand that, Brad.
Yeah, I don't know. I'm just telling you. It's just the way I live my life. You can't. There's nothing. You can't do anything in life unless you are positive mindset that you're going to do it. Mm-hmm. Period. But people have to understand. But people have to also understand. It's having the positive mind. That you're going to do something doesn't necessarily mean you're going to be successful doing it. But the opposite is absolutely true. If you have a negative mindset and you don't believe you're going to do it, no matter how talented you are, no matter how smart you are, you're not going to do it.
Yeah. Yeah.
So having the positive mindset is the building block to doing something. It doesn't mean it's going to happen, but you don't have that building block, you can't jump off it.
Absolutely.
Yep.
Wow, Brad.
But I live my life like that. I mean, because I'm positive about everything I do, it doesn't mean I'm always successful.
Yeah.
But sometimes I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
But if you're not positive, it's never going to happen.
If you don't start off positive, it's a no-go.
It's a no-go. It's a no-go.
Yeah.
It's a no-go.
Yeah. That's great.
All right, everybody. We'll see you all tomorrow. Have a happy pre-Valentine's Day. But we'll be back live tomorrow. Thanks for watching. So, Sam, as part of the production, we have to say this disclaimer at the end of the show. Do you mind reading it for me?
Okay, but you know, Brad, I have to do everything around here. It's bad enough I've got to remember everything that happened on the episode from the previous day.
Forget it. I'll do it. The proceeding was information only and not specific legal advice. Consult an attorney about your individual situation. Prior successful results do not guarantee a similar outcome in the future. To make an appointment with the Spar and Bernstein law firm located at 225 Broadway in New York City, call 1-800-529-5465. That's 1-800-529-5465. Easy to remember, 1-800-LAW-LINK. That's 1-800-LAWLINK. Once again, make a call to 1-800-529-5465. And of course, link up with the law offices of Spar and Bernstein, located at 225 Broadway on the 5th floor. If I were you out there, make the call, make the link, make the connection, make it Spar and Bernstein. 1-800-LAWLINK. That's 1-800-529-5465. And now, conveniently located in Hartford, Connecticut on 1 Congress Street. Visit us in Connecticut or in New York at 225 Broadway. That's 1-800-529-5465. 1-800-LAW-LINK. 1-800-529-5465.
Stop it! Stop it! Stop it!
What are you doing?